What is up? And today we're back, and we are going to Edinburgh Manor today. Today is the day. It's a nice sunny day. For now, until we get to Edinburgh, which it rains all night, I think. So, but I hope you guys are ready, and I'm definitely ready. Then after that, we got Old Mercy and Beatty Mansion. Two of the places that I'm definitely excited to go and I've heard about for a while. Edinburgh's a place that I've heard many years. It's been a hot spot I've heard since about 2017. So I'm definitely excited for it. And I have heard that this decade, or at least this year I should say, not decade, has been the most active it has ever been. So we'll definitely capture something, I hope. But I'll talk to you guys on the way there. And I'll see you guys later. Peace. Alright, we're on the road. We're finally on the road. How many hours is it again?
4 hours till we get there.
Oh,
That's without stopping.
4 hours without stopping, if we don't stop.
Which we'll have to stop at least.
We'll stop.
Because we're not supposed to be there until 4 o'clock. So.
Oh, that's fine. Then we got plenty of time.
Yes.
This is gonna be good. And he's already been there once. This is my first time being there, so I'm excited for this. It's a beautiful day outside. Don't know if it's supposed to rain or not tonight, but
chance of some storms possibly, which I'm hoping for.
I hope for storms. Makes it a lot more interesting. But
unfortunately, I'm not telling Aiden yet, but well, maybe I'll tell him now. Unfortunately, he did not get picked for the solo in the basement.
Aw, dang it. Will I still get to go in the basement at the very least?
You'll still get to go in the basement, but
good.
You're not getting the solo.
Dang.
I had Natty decide, and
she actually was nice to me and didn't pick me. That's actually
did not pick you.
Oh, dang.
But you'll get your fair share of time in the basement.
Oh, good. I need my fair share. I want to meet this Joker fellow. He seems like a kind guy.
From what I know of the Joker, he has horns.
Oh.
I am 100% sure it was him that I caught on camera the last time I was there.
Wonderful. Well, this should be good. Should be fun. I better not go down there with someone and then look back and you guys just leave me.
So
don't.
So now the thing is, there was supposed to be 8 of us at Edinburgh.
Yeah.
There's only 7 of us at Edinburgh.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be teaming up in pairs.
Good.
So
one person
will...
It'll either have to be a trio or a solo.
Will either be with a duo or by themselves. So
You better give a walkie-talkie to the person who goes into that basement for the solo. I have some with me.
I got a couple too, but yeah, whoever's in the basement with the solo will have the walkie-talkie.
You better, because I was about to say, you better not be that evil and just leave them with no communication.
It's all part of the experience.
It's all part of the experience. All right.
So you will be the only one, as far as I know, that's never been there before.
Oh boy.
But there's 3 others that we're meeting there. I'm not for sure if they've been there or not before, but chances are they have been.
3 others were meeting there, so there's only 3 more there with us?
So there's 2 of us, my friend Tina coming from Nebraska,
mm-hmm.
and then Sandy, Becky, and 2 others from Illinois. The 3 that's coming with Sandy, I'm not for sure if they've been there or not.
Interesting. We'll find out when they get there, I guess. Well, so I can save my battery, I will talk to you guys when we're a little bit farther in. Alright, see you guys in a bit. We're getting close. We're getting real close. How many? 166 miles. Yeah, don't know what else to say. It's been an interesting. It's not taken too long because we're just talking. But look at how gorgeous it looks outside. Those clouds are beautiful for investigating. They are the most beautiful thing an investigator can see. Sort of, kind of. Getting our gear might be an issue though if it starts pouring. That might be an issue because we got electricals. But
yeah,
we'll be
fine. Because where you park and the back door is right there.
Good. There, do that. But yeah, look at old just houses, aisle barn events. I don't don't got much to say. I really don't. I just record because I gotta fill in the gap of nothingness that there is. Once we get to Iowa, it'll just be flat nothingness. We're almost there. When do we pass into Iowa?
Like 5 minutes, maybe?
Good. Because then we get to more farmland. Minnesota has farmland. Now we're going to see more in Iowa. I was in North Dakota once. There's nothing but farm and flatland there anyway. This will be nothing. Anyway, I'd like to get some.
And if it's the same road, the Iowa sign will be by a bridge. Different it won't be, so I can't remember.
We're getting there. We're getting close, guys. We're almost to Iowa. So excited. Excited to finally be in Iowa. I've been to Iowa maybe once.
And people saying they're excited to go to Iowa.
What the heck's wrong with you?
There's nothing good about Iowa.
Des
They don't
Moines.
have any sports teams.
They really don't. Do they even? I don't think-
College, that's it.
College. Yeah. Something. The spirits at Edinburgh mess with electronics. We'll find out, I guess. With how many electronics we got.
I don't know. When I was at Edinburgh the first time, I only had my camera, so I didn't really do anything besides pictures. So
Yeah.
again, it was my first time, so I had no clue what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, okay, I'm just along for the ride.
Yep.
Okay, where is this? Welcome to Iowa sign.
Where is it? Come on. Gotta be here soon. Welcome to Iowa. Come on. Where's the sign? That's not welcome to Iowa. That's the tree house.
Yeah, the sign's gonna be on this side.
I know. That's why my camera pointed this way, but I'm looking this way. Waiting to see. It's gotta be Rumson, Iowa. Come on. Somewhere, sometime, someday. Chester is in Iowa, so that means we'll probably see it soon. Somewhere. It's gotta be. Waterloo, Iowa. Where is that? Yeah, Iowa. The Indiana is Iowa. Iowa's IA.
We're close to Indiana.
I know. I don't know. I was like, maybe they have one here and they just, I don't know. How big is Iowa? I don't think it's that big. Waterloo, Iowa, 75 miles. Come on, where's that sign?
Right there.
Oh, there it is. What's, nope.
That is a Minnesota.
Yeah, that's welcome.
the
That's
Minnesota
a welcome
side.
to Minnesota. Where's the? That's probably the welcome.
Oh, there it is. Yep, this is the road
there.
we're on, so it's right up by the bridge.
Yeah. Howard County. Chester. Welcome to Iowa. Awesome. We're in Iowa now. Speed camera at 0.5 miles. They're warning you, they're just like, slow. Alright. Just queue right there. There. Let's do that. That works. Upper Iowa River. If you don't fall. It's gonna be crooked, but I don't care. I'll fix that in editing or something like that. I'll tilt it a bit. Laddie's, cold beer, great food. Chester's not that big of a town, I can tell just from looking at the gas station. It doesn't look like that big of a town. The sign is crooked. That's not even electric. I just feel like if we went in there, there'd be a drug deal happening. I don't.
Doubtful.
Maybe, who knows? There, I'm trying to. It's gonna annoy me the heck out of me. There, perfect. Now it's sitting between those. It stays steady, sort of. Oh, I thought that was Farrar for a second, but then I was like, we're not there. It looked like it, like the back of it.
I want to go into a haunted church.
That would be cool. You ever heard of, what's it called? There was a, is it Memorial? Memorial Hospital in Texas. That's Destination Fear went to, Memorial Hospital. I think it was.
Yeah.
That place would be cool to go to. That place has a chapel in it.
Right.
That'd be cool. That'd be nice. Actually, real quick. First stop of Edinburgh, got myself some food, and second stop, right, just a quick star. So, yeah, second stop. Or first stop. First. My jawline just like weird. It's because I got the hair and I got the. But yeah, it's kind of stormy out still, but we get to Edinburgh around 2 or so it's like 12 something. So we'll be there soon. But second stop or first stop. Excuse me. First stop. But yeah, talk to you guys in a little while. See ya. We're getting close, guys. Edinburgh is very, very soon. 2.9 miles. We're almost there. It's a place that I've heard about for a while. Definitely excited. It's been just like 2 different stops we've had to make. That's fine. It's all led up to this. Oh boy. Just out here, just in the middle of nowhere, sits the abandoned Edinburgh Manor. I'm not good at narrating. But, yeah. We're getting there. It really just opens up, doesn't it? Holy. Just opens up into fields and you getting goosebumps yet?
No, I'm just getting my head. I don't want that on it.
1.7 miles. Are you nervous?
Oh, hell
No, you've already.
no. I'm excited.
You're excited. I'm.
You should be able to start seeing it in a minute.
Oh my god. So it's on.
It'll be on your right.
Oh boy. One mile. Getting close. So nervous. Never been more nervous for a location.
Your first big boy investigation.
My first big boy
I
investigation.
see it.
I've done small investigation. Where the hell do you see it? I don't see it.
Right between the trees.
Oh, you have better eyesight than me, apparently. Oh my god. Oh, I see it. Alright, well. Oh, I
My cemetery is right there.
Oh my god. Holy shit.
I'm just gonna park here and you can walk around and do your thing for a little bit.
Alright. Well. Edinburgh. Here we are. And stands the remains of the old Edinburgh Manor. Heard about this place for a while. And this is where we're staying tonight. Holy crap. Oh, if that ain't menacing, I don't know what is. Holy crap. It's freaking massive. Oh, it just sends chills up your spine, dude. Well, that is it. I need to do something, guys. That's insane, bro. That's insane. Ah! No! There's a puddle! There's a freaking puddle right there. God damn it. That's fine. That room just... Ugh. How in the hell did you do this last time? How? That's menacing.
So, walk over here. I'll show. So, the cafeteria dining hall area is like right down in this corner.
Oh my god.
So,
This...
down there, remember I told you how Griff saw that white whatever shoot by the window?
Uh-huh.
It was in here.
Oh.
So whatever shot through that window, like ran in front of down there. There's no way a person
Uh-huh. I'm just expecting to look into there and
can
see
get
a...
in there.
I'm just expecting to see something in the window. That's the sleeping place over there?
I believe it's that one, or it's
One
the
of
other
the,
one. It's
one.
one of these two.
Holy crap. This place is insane, dude. Oh my god. It just sends chills down my spine.
So that room right there, and those two windows on the second floor. There,
Uh-huh.
So that's where we got a lot of the raccoon.
Thank God I got image stabilization on, otherwise my hand is shaking.
Watch out for the puddle.
Oh, another puddle. I'm just notorious for puddles.
So yeah, so when we go in, we park back here, and that's the door you go in.
Oh my god. So there's no power except for the one part of the place, which is the main entrance.
Yeah.
And then there's...
Some of you... That must be cat. But we're way early, so you can do your...
Oh my god. You're crazy. I think you're crazy, but this is insane.
Me?
Yeah.
Also,
That's...
watch out for the puddles.
Yeah. Just out in the middle of nowhere, guys. Just out here. Literally, there's nothing. Just nothing out there.
More puddles, more puddles.
Edinburgh Manor. Got like an angle shot of Edinburgh. That's insane. That's where we're gonna be in tonight, guys. Oh, I've never been more terrified of a place in my life. It just, usually when you get to a place, it's like, oh, this place is, yes, it's haunted, but it doesn't scare me. This place gives me chills just by looking at it. The front in the windows, I just expect to look up and see something in the windows.
Right.
Which, you never know, you might. Oh god, that scared me. Yeah. I think the traffic will probably get a little bit less during the night. But, oh my god.
Yeah, so that room right there, that's where the light is on. That's like what you use as a gear.
Oh, this is great. Alright, Edinburgh Manor. A little bit of a solo. If anything's here, you want to make a knock? You want to make a knock if you're here? I'll hear it. Was that breathing? That was breathing, wasn't it? Hold on. Try an IR. That had to have been breathing. That's breathing. Hold on. That's breathing. That had to have been. There's no way that wasn't. No, I can't. Oh. Alright.
And we were playing all the good stuff like Louie Baby and mammals.
Yeah.
Sexy and right since red. Oh yeah, he was dancing.
You wanna tap me? Touch me on the shoulder maybe? This place is definitely something else. I've only investigated small places, but this is... I hope I don't get still those. Alright, well, down to the basement we go. Oh. Where'd you catch the photo?
I can't remember if it was this hallway or the hallway down. Yeah, I can't remember which hallway it was. I want to say it was down here. So yeah, we're back in March. It was my first investigation, so I was like a deer in the headlights. Now I know what's going on. So I just had
Like your first.
Oh, I don't
First.
like
This was my
that.
first.
Oh, I don't like
That's
that.
your solo.
So I'm
No
pretty.
flashlights. Swap it.
I'm pretty sure it was this hallway. So I just had a camera. I was taking random pictures.
Okay, I need to turn my IR light on.
Yep.
It was, pitch black. And then looking back at the pictures, I had a torso of the solid.
Do I have to go? Oh my god. Oh, I can't. Alright. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Alright. It's like something stopping from, I can't, oh my god. Hello? Anything back here? Joker? I can't. I actually, Uncle Matt, can you come down here, please? Like, I actually can't. Oh my god, that's so dark.
That window right there out of this doorway is not hitting the hallway.
That is so dark. Oh my god. Oh my god, without a flashlight, this is terrifying. How do they do this? How does anybody... Oh my god, this is so terrifying. I can't...
There's your padded room.
Dude, I can't... That's the padded room?
No, right
This
there.
right here is
Right there.
Oh, what is that?
maintenance room.
I don't like that.
Come on.
I don't... That's so dark. The light's not even... It's barely penetrating.
Come on.
That's gotta be so... Dude, I can't...
Let's go.
Oh my god. I can only see on IR. There's nothing else I can see. Oh my god. It's not that bad in IR, but in the dark, it's just pitch black.
There's no other light source other than the doorway you just came in from.
Are you serious?
So that room, there's no other exit.
Okay, so basically what we were talking about here is we were talking about how it was so dark that light wouldn't come through because whatever was there was not happy that we were down there. That's basically what we were talking about, just for context.
All the windows are closed up.
If I got locked in here, I swear.
There's no door, you're okay.
Oh, thank god. Alright. That's weird. Shouldn't light be coming from there?
Light should be coming from right here,
Why is it not coming back here?
because it's dark.
well, it
Right. It's just,
It's
see,
just-
this one's blocked.
it's like it just stops. That's
And some days it's like this and some days it's not.
is that a good or that's gotta be, nah, that can't be a good thing.
It's dark when the energy
Oh no.
wants it to be.
Oh boy.
Yeah, this is the hallway where I caught it.
It's not bad in IR, but like if I just keep this like this, I won't notice it.
What way?
It's like upstairs I can like breathe, but down here it's like very very. It's like heavy, like a weight, almost. It's
So my stupidest, that's a fridge.
okay.
Yeah, unless you die tonight.
Oh, wonderful. I'm gonna be sent down here, aren't I?
Is the clown statue thing still here?
What clown statue?
Not the clown statue,
You make me paranoid now.
the thing.
The thing? I don't like how you say the thing. What is that room?
That's your favorite place. That's your solo.
She knows what I'm talking
Is it? What is that actually? Well, it's blocked, so I don't want to.
No, go on in.
What?
Not locked.
The
Oh,
only
it's
thing
a-
this place to make me almost have a heart attack. It was down there. I saw it.
Oh God. Be brave, be brave, be brave, be brave. Is that a?
Is that a what?
What is that?
The boiler.
Oh.
Operated all the way up till closure. The last service on it was in 2003.
Oh.
If we were to keep running it, it's only $15,000 a month.
That's crazy.
I could do this. I think I could do this room by myself.
You're only because you have daylight light source. Once that's
Yeah.
done, you're done. It'll be great. I highly recommend Estes. Put him in the chair in front of the water heater right there in the middle.
I volunteered.
We're doing a double tonight.
Okay, I'm gonna follow you guys because like
I'm really jealous. You have a lot of my favorite people.
I'm gonna tonight. I'm gonna face my fears and I'm gonna come down here. I'm gonna do it. I say that now. I feel like.
Oh, you will.
Okay. Well, this is. Oh boy.
So yeah, so like when we were here in March too, I don't know. So this is the area where I told you about. We saw those red lights come flickering down from the ceiling. Just like they almost look like.
It couldn't be that.
No,
it was like
it
over.
was
It was
like-
like over
And
here.
that's the only working exit light in the basement.
But it was like literally came like I saw back on the video when we put it out on
Ask
YouTube.
Sandy to see her hallway fireflies from second floor.
Okay. But yeah, that's exactly what it looked like, just coming down. And it's like, so I messaged my buddy Griff. I'm like, dude, what is that? He goes, I just left it there. He goes, can't explain. It was like 5 of them. And it was like right here.
So my favorite story from this room, I was in here, I was the tour guide that night. They asked me to stay for a bit. I was actually hanging back here. We were watching things happening over there. On the corner of the kitchen counter over on this end was a REM pod getting interactions. The blue tape on the floor, there was a millimeter getting REM actions. My friend Sarah's sitting on the floor there. One of the drawers they had slightly open, they had a flux in it, and it was getting hits. A lady was sitting there, another lady had a chair pulled up over here, and then the one gentleman was standing back here with his camera. Mind you, we've already done a tour that took 2 hours. He's been handheld with that thing the whole time. He's got the tripod just standing on the table. They went to Dollar Tree before coming in, bought a bunch of breakable dishes because they've heard all the stories about dishes getting broken and things getting thrown and this, that, whatever. So they put those all around the basement. On demand, they're getting these interactions. The lady over here says, well, we brought you a bunch of stuff. Why don't you go ahead and break something? On demand, boom, broke something. His camera came out of his tripod. Tripod didn't even wiggle. Shattered all over the floor.
There he is.
I'm
On demand.
I'm putting a camera down here.
Well, I didn't tell you what happened at Ashmore. So on our way back, we stopped at Ashmore. It was during the day, a couple hours, and we were in one of the rooms on the second floor, and I had my photography camera on the table, and I'm standing like this far from it. My daughter's sitting over here, my friend Jake's over here. And the camera legit got pushed off right in front of me, and I saw it, and I managed to catch it before it hit the floor.
Nice.
But it's like Seriously, dude?
So we were just at the Benton Expo, running the investigations for that event, and Lincoln School is one of the places you don't get in. It's only an event location.
Okay.
And so we were in there, and we use a device. It's an ITC device, but it's called an RTC because the guy that made its name is Rob, so he wanted it to be an RTC. Totally cool. But anyways, it's on the floor in the hallway. It's spouting out words, this, that, whatever. And then all of a sudden, the whole box goes, and everybody's like, no, I'm out.
I'm gonna have to face my fears and I think come down here tonight. That's what I'm gonna have to do, I think. Yeah. This down here is just...
It's actually pretty mellow right now.
Hey, now you just gotta start thinking of where you wanna. Oh, we're out here. I'm gonna go use the bathroom quick.
That's okay. I'm running out to get my phone so that when Sandy messages, I'm not stupid and be like, oh, my phone's not in the house.
Alright.
So sometimes she asks, Kat, what the hell is this thing that somebody's talking about? And I'm like, oh, George? You don't know who George is?
This is what I'm doing.
Huh? What?
Aiden is terrified.
I'm gonna go down to the basement now.
Aiden's going down into the basement.
Alright. Alright. Oh, no. Uncle Matt? No. Wait, you're over here?
Yeah, I'm over here.
You're over there. I heard walking, like, down here. Like, as soon as I walked down. I thought it was him or you.
No.
What?
I walk silently, so.
It's gonna be a fun night.
What? I heard footsteps, like, right behind me. As soon as I got down, they were like, I turned this way, and they were right back there. I looked back, they're not there. Nothing's there. I thought it was him. He came down there.
So has he told you about our friend Jerry?
I haven't told
What?
him anything yet. We'll save that for later on when everybody's here. But he does not know what.
That basement's terrifying.
You wanna
I went
you wanna
down.
see the basement?
Come on.
Okay.
Okay, this place is... That's actually terrifying. I heard footsteps, like, right here.
Yeah, Brady heard footsteps right when we started doing our investigation.
I got down here, I heard footsteps right over there, then I look over here, and I thought I heard them from, like, they echoed almost. It all... What the... What? Oh, that's scary. I haven't been in this room yet. The heck is this room?
Like an office.
It seems like... Alright.
Oh yeah, 'cause I'm in the basement now, so it's gonna be glitchy. I'll take some.
Just to let you guys know, most of the stuff that wasn't getting recorded upstairs, we were catching a lot of stuff downstairs while we were recording. So there's a lot of stuff happening downstairs, but a little bit also happening upstairs. Also, just as a reminder, this is outside a room that probably was for like kids or something because there's a kid's toy there. So whatever was playing with it just liked to play with the REM pod, or it was just somebody walking by, but I don't really know for sure. I have to look into it more.
Want to touch this? You light it up if you touch it.
I found this little puzzle piece in my pocket when I got home from Edinburgh, which they do say some people go home with these randomly in their pockets and they had never touched a puzzle piece in this place. So I just went home and it fell out of my pocket, so I have a puzzle piece from Edinburgh that somehow got in my pocket. Don't know how.
You play with the puzzles, that was just me setting it down. You play with the puzzles, you can there's that right there. Put them. What?
Now you can.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
That down there is.
dude.
What? You capture something?
No, now look at, you can see down there.
You can.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's really interesting. And I always have like activity here too. It seems to have. I had in the storm area one time we were getting all kinds of activity, and it was saying that was a little girl, and I thought the cat. She's like, there's no little girl. There's somebody.
It doesn't feel as heavy down here anymore. I can like.
I put a REM pod in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then I got a REM pod in the kids' room, and then a music box down in another room. And
I got one
put something
upstairs. I put a REM pod upstairs.
And then I'm just down here trying to capture my friend on film.
Your friend.
You
Yeah.
know, the first time I was here, I saw a figure down there.
Well, I
was
told you
standing
about
here.
what I saw. So I was like, so I was in this hallway. Like the first time I was here 5 months ago.
Uh-huh.
It was my first investigation, so I had never done this before. So I just had my regular camera with. I'm just out here snapping random pictures. And it was in this hallway,
Yeah.
out the upper torso of something. I could see just in the pitch black half the lights.
Uh huh.
It was right,
Yeah.
right in here.
It's the same area when I was standing here. My very first time, we were just getting a tour, and my teammate, he's like, "See."
Then we did the walkthrough, which I am going to leave fully uncut. This is the walkthrough uncut fully.
So history-wise, this is not the first building. The first building was...
So do you want to, hold on.
Yeah.
So do you want to hear the history or just kind of be muted?
I prefer to not know anything, but do you want me to shout out things as I pick up then, or do you want,
Well, I thought we had talked about you writing the stuff down and then sending me a picture of that, if that works, or?
I can.
Okay.
Yeah, I can if you prefer that.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Just press the
Okay,
mute
so
button.
then I will
Just press the mute.
mute and then we'll just walk the building.
Would
Alright,
All
sounds
right,
good.
all
All
right.
right.
to fly until she said, "Did you hear that?" And then I thought, "Wait a minute,
All right.
Can you hear me?
I'm missing the fly."
No, she can't. Okay.
All right, let's go.
Okay. So the first building was the original Poor Farm built in 1846. That would have been a small 4-square farmhouse. That was loud.
That was very loud.
That building would have housed, according to census records, between 20 to one of the census records, 65 people in a small home, which is very insane because it was maybe the most 2,000 square feet. Men, women, and children would have been on property, so they would have had a mix of people that are here for just too poor to have a roof over their head, other people that would have been here for mental, physical handicaps and things like that. Are you getting touched already too? Yeah, it's going to pick up real fast.
Nice.
That house was on site until 1910. They farmed upwards of 200 to 300 acres to put food on the table. I'm also feeling like totally energized because I'm feeling it. I'm
Yeah.
cold and it's not cold, which is kind of fun. 1910 is when they moved that first building over to Scotch Grove, Iowa with horse and cart. That building is no longer standing. We've looked for it. It's not there. They started construction of this one in 1910, opened it up in 1911 or 1912, depending on which newspaper you read, because they have dates for both, which just kind of tells you that the accuracy back then was about as good as the internet today. We just really don't know. This building served the same purpose as a poor farm. Men, women, and children would have been in the facility up until the 1930s. In the 1930s, that is when they segregated to the men's wing and the women's wing, and then children would have been moved out into orphanages. So we're going to walk men's wing first. These are the stairs that would be down to the back door and the stairs to the basement, as you guys already know. These are the stairs that go up to the second floor that the patients would have used. So these are the stairs that patients would have used going through the property. I would give her a quick view of the stairs just to give her a second.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. These are single patient rooms. They would have housed one person. Later on, there would have been no regulations on number of people early on. These spaces do get activity, which is kind of interesting. This one here, we do get a gentleman named Jerry that is sometimes associated with this room. Jerry originally was just coming through mostly voice box, which is what I brought this along for. I'll kick it on when we get into the next room. He'll introduce himself with a kind of excited, "It's Jerry." We sometimes get talking about drums. We sometimes get talking about Davy Crockett, which was weirdly specific when we first didn't know who he was, but we actually found Jerry. So Jerry is actually a real patient. His last name is Cole, Kohl. He would have been here from the age of 17 into his 70s. So he was here for quite a long time. His last room was actually this one here. He resided in this space. And this was the last bed that you would have been in. So this space, we do get interactions with him in here as well. I am going to kick this off just in case we do get anything from him. But he didn't die here. He actually, that's me.
Nice.
So Jerry passed away in Monticello at the skilled nursing facility up there 2 weeks after they moved him out from here for health reasons. Why? I don't know why, because you were sick. This was his last bed. We do have Davy Crockett book over there. George is the other side of the building. So they're really all over today. Children's room is what we call this. The children's room is a space that would have had Crystal. We're getting all kinds of words.
We are.
Children's room would have had maybe children up until the 1930s. in this space. We don't know for sure, but this is where we get a lot of children activity. So this space, we do have Susie, 7 to 10 years old. She is audible. You don't need equipment for her. She does humming, singing, whistling, sing-songy voice, footsteps, a lot of stuff.
We're pretty sure she was playing with the REM pod earlier.
Very possible. May or may not be her, because we have no way to verbally confirm. And we do have other children as well, and I think that we kind of just assume it's all Susie because Susie's the one we talk about. But we have audibly had through devices and EVP her name, so that's how we do know Susie is a resident here. We get a lot of other interactions. Vincent. We get touch and other things that happen in the space.
I feel like I'm going to touch my neck, like something like just.
Yeah.
It's interesting, yeah. So we're getting direct communication with all of the stuff. This is great. From this room, we do also sometimes get a shadow person that's in the room over there. That we get a large man sometimes in the doorway of the other bedroom there. And then we have the little closet as well. This is something that she wants to add. She can totally add to. We do get other children for sure, just not necessarily sure who they are. Jerry.
No, I heard that.
It's me. So this room here. This space would be also a patient's room. This one used to have a bed over here, used to have a dresser over here back in the 50s. This is where Paul would have resided. Paul was a grown man. He would have been here after his family dropped him off. His mom was his caregiver. He was handicapped. And when she passed away, the siblings wanted nothing to do with his care, so they just left him here. He was only here for a matter of a few months. And before long, he actually ended up committing suicide in this room by hanging himself. Not the pipes. The pipes would not have been here in the 50s. He used his bed sheet and the doorknob of the door to take his life. It is the same door, different doorknob, but definitely an interesting and sad story to share. We do get interactions in here in relation to him for some things. It generally makes me sad. I don't spend a lot of time in here just because it's a little emotionally much.
For sure.
So.
So while we were walking past all these rooms, I started feeling what felt like grabbing on my neck, and they just asked me, they were like, were you getting grabbed? And I said, yeah, I was feeling grabbing on my neck. So we were all getting touched that day. It was sort of weird, kind of, but cool.
Well, you got touched on the neck again.
Oh, you got.
I saw you grab your neck.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
They're really touchy.
It's going to be an active night. You guys are going to have a good one. Right. So we get the shadow man in this doorway often. We do also get movement and things throughout the room. This is a fun room to investigate with females. We do get interactions through voice device in here that sometimes are a little sassy with ladies. I usually get called the B-word in here most of the time. And other fun things that they do like to say to the ladies. I don't necessarily think it's like mean or derogatory. I think it's more playful.
What did she say?
I didn't catch what she said. I'll stop talking and let you ask.
Can you repeat what you said? It was kind of glitchy.
Yeah, that's okay. I feel like, okay, so I started writing a lot in this room. I don't know if people get touched a lot, but it's funny because I felt like a brush up against my wrist in here. There's a lot of energy in here. I don't know, and I don't know if this school, I don't know if this used to be a school or something, but then I was seeing that, like, the one place you were in, there was a lot of sick people. There were a few names that were coming to me. I kept seeing a J name. I kept hearing Emily, Fred. There's a Mary, and I felt like that might have been a nurse or something like that. And somebody's eyesight was taken, and
She
I
got
was
a
super
J name.
confused, and I heard laughing and crying. But this room specifically, I feel like you would get touched in.
So touch has happened in this room. The J name is valid for the room that we were in just a short moment ago. And I don't know that necessarily the touch is happening in here, but the touch is happening actually to the people that I'm giving the tour to. While we're talking, Sandy's been getting touched, and the gentleman here with the camera also just got touched on the neck as we were leaving the other room. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Because at one point I was like, once you guys muted me, I was like, okay, you know, I protect myself, I remove my own personal thoughts, and I started to get touched, and I'm like, oh my god, people are
yep,
okay. So,
yep. Touch is big here, so, yep.
Because it feels like somebody follows someone around. This feels like, and I don't know if someone was actually died there and was buried on property, or somebody that lived there or owned it or taught there or worked there or something, but she follows people around. She's very like, I feel like she feels like she wants to decide if you're good enough for the building almost. She's very protective of the
Interesting.
premises, whoever this is.
Interesting. I can't confirm that it's female, but we definitely get followed around, especially when we're doing this, because the people here like to hear about themselves. So, yeah.
Okay.
I'll leave it very vague, because I'm not going to influence you.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely. So we're going to continue going.
We'll continue on, and I'll meet you again.
Okay.
So, bathroom spaces, obviously they would have been shared from all of the people in all of the rooms. Bathtubs are separate because they wanted to be able to use both facilities in unison at the same time. This space is the men's lounge, so the space we're at right now would have been the day room, or the space where they got to get together and out of their rooms and do activities together. We do get interactions with the pool table, where sometimes people hear the sounds of the pool balls hitting, which is a very distinct sound. Sometimes that happens. You are allowed to play with pool tables and stuff, so absolutely feel free. That was like right here in the room. We get a lot of voice stuff in here, so if you're doing spirit box or other things, we do get a lot of that interaction in the space. I kind of shut this down because they're just talking a lot, and I don't know that we're going to get through a tour if we're letting them talk that much.
Right, exactly.
We get a lot of conversations. This is all equipment goes, pretty much anything can work in here. I do recommend being aware of hallways, even these little short ones. I actually had a tour that was only a few weeks ago, where we were talking daytime just like this, and something crossed the threshold of the bathtub room, where you could see how your shadow casts across the floor. You could see a shadow crossing the floor in the hallway during the day. Just
Like
right
I told you when we were back here in March, like right away when Cindy was doing the tour, it's like we heard kids laughing.
And I've had tours where we've had the children down here being very active, and people are like, I just heard a little girl down the hallway. I'm like, yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. We've also had conversations with men, where the men are talking and speaking, and you can hear them very distinctly, and then the minute you acknowledge them, they just kind of shut off. Side stairs because they're beautiful.
Oh yeah, we were up here, walked up here earlier.
I didn't sweep these for you this week.
No, you're good. Was she talking to us?
I don't know.
No idea. All right.
So this is the upstairs lounge. This would be the space where the upstairs patients would be able to gather if they were allowed to do so. This patient's room would be one that you want her to see if she connects with. We get a lot of physical interactions in that room, mostly just to ladies. So women have been encountered in that space with physical scratches and hit and things like that. It doesn't feel like it. So you're not feeling like an impact, you're not feeling a scratch. Your skin just gets really hot and burning, and then all of a sudden marks show up. How do you know it's a hit? I've been hit in the face in there. It was about 3 years ago. It was you could see the finger marks on my face after it happened. So.
She was saying this room feels really heavy, like somebody doesn't want us in there.
Doesn't want her in there.
Or anybody.
Doesn't want her in there.
Not her in there at all.
We do get a little boy up here at times. He likes to do tapping, knocking games. You'll hear sounds down here. You'll come down and investigate it, and you'll say, hey, I heard you make noise. Can you do it again? He'll probably do it down there. You'll go down there. You'll investigate it. You'll hear it down here. He'll run you up into the hallway.
I just had that happen. like earlier.
Yeah, it's a little boy. He's about 2 to 4 years old. We think the name is Willie, but not 100% sure on that. We've actually even had SLS footage of him down under in the table here, reaching out and touching hands on command on SLS camera.
Interesting.
Yeah, pretty cool.
I don't know if that's the hallway that I was getting, or if there's a hallway connected to that.
So this is where Ghost Adventures got their SLS footage when they had all their equipment die right here in the hallway where your camera guy is at. They had everything.
Just so you guys know, there was just a shadow, a black mass thing that appeared on your camera right in front of her before you panned away, like that covered her legs.
Very believable.
So down straight this hallway, or
Right as you were panning to that.
okay?
Yep, it would literally covered her legs, and I could see like a dark mass that covered her legs, and then as you panned into that room.
Interesting. All right. Thank you.
So we have had
Hopefully you got that on camera.
3 different instances in the last couple of years where someone has set a trail cam up mid hallway down there and captured a shadow person right here where I'm standing.
And I do have a laser grid too, so I'm debating where I'm going to put that. But
Yeah. I generally like to watch hallway this direction because we've got confirmed documentation of a shadow person down here, whereas we have lots of instances of shadow movement but not actually photographed shadow movement down there. This is our bedroom. She just replaced the bedding. The bedding here is washed and fresh, so if anybody's sleeping in a room, this is a good pick.
all right.
Watching hallway is the biggest thing from this space. Now, this is a very, very active room. We've actually had a full body apparition in here back in the 80s when it was operational. The county home had lost a patient. They were doing a head count. You call the county sheriff because they're county property. The sheriff came in to do a head count room to room, stopped, saw a man in the corner of this room.
Yeah, that's what I was telling him. I couldn't remember what his name was though.
The name of the patient.
Yeah, I just heard the REM pod going off downstairs too. Or was it down?
May have been down there.
Might have been. My REM pod's down there.
It sounded like it was downstairs.
I didn't catch it. But the sheriff saw a full body apparition in here and then it was just gone. And that was back in operational facility days. I think it's kind of more amazing that he said it, that he saw it when they could have just said, hey dude, we've got a bed for you right here for your crazy things that
Right.
you're saying. Cause you know, they had insane patients here and that kind of fits. Why are we making so many noises in here?
I don't know. That's strange.
A lot of people again watch hallway from here. I've got a fun one from here, a group that was just here in April. And by group, I mean 2 guys.
Oh, I definitely got a short of the mirror. My profile picture on Facebook is of the mirror.
Funny, because that's what I'm going to get ready to show you a picture of.
Nice. Love the mirror.
So, interestingly, this room feels a lot less heavy.
It does.
It just is the
And
threshold.
for some reason too, compared to the rest over there, it feels cooler.
Yes,
Yes.
and it's
Even though the
completely.
sun's right.
Even though the sun's coming in the same way with a ripped open curtain and a curtain that's actually open, this room should be hot.
Yeah.
It should be more hot than the closed curtains in the room
I
next
can
door.
almost take a full deep breath in here. It's almost.
But the difference is just the heaviness of the energy. So it's not less haunted, it's just less heavy. And again, the mirror is one of the most popular things in this room, being that a lot of people have had pictures and weird things that they've gotten in that mirror. We've seen different instances where people have had something looking back at them that wasn't in their picture, or instances like the one I'm getting ready to show you where they were here investigating, they were taking pictures on tour, and then they messaged me later saying, hey, I was wondering if you could tell me what's happening. Oh yeah, let's do the energy thing. But I'm not going to show her this. We're going to show just you guys this. So this is 2 people. The front one, I don't remember his name. The second one is Spencer.
Interesting.
Everything in the picture is clear and in focus, except for Spencer. Now, I will tell you that also deformed his face. And she's clearing energy of her space. Yeah. But yeah, something totally weirded out Spencer. He actually messaged me because he thought something bad was going to happen. Can she hear us?
No, but still on mute.
Okay, just making sure.
Yep.
That was a really loud footsteps.
It should be interesting when we get down to the basement.
You may not get a signal down
When
there.
I was talking to my daughter, she said it was very glitchy.
So I don't know what's up with this room, but we've had a lot of people that are putting a chair in and investigating the closet lately. I'm not sure what it is.
It felt weird
'Cause
coming
It's
around.
got something going on.
If I remember when I was here in March, this door was never open. We never went in there.
It's usually always open, you just don't pay attention because it's a closet.
Okay, so
It's so dark.
But it's been weird enough, people have started closing it, people have started being like, I've had like 3 weeks straight where somebody's put a chair in there every night. And I pull the chair out intentionally just to see if somebody puts a chair back in because I'm curious.
yeah.
Patient's room here mostly gets ignored
Somebody
because,
said it was a murderer, did it? Or like an accidental murder?
not that we're aware of, no.
Nope. So earlier I took a picture of these dolls, and I was standing here. Obviously the sun was behind me, light, no shadow or anything. The only doll you could see in the picture I took was the middle one. All the rest were completely black.
And that could just be the lighting.
But it was like, I even had the flash on too, and still
Really?
nothing.
Okay. Yeah, lighting does weird things in
Right,
here.
but I was just like, why just the one?
Yeah, that is weird. So center stairs, we do have a full body apparition that has been seen on these stairs. Full on footsteps.
Like banging on something almost like metal.
Second step from the top, Jay, the owner, was coming up around the corner, saw a lady on the stairs. That lady was standing there clear as day, long gray hair, long white gown or nightgown. She turned, took a step up, and disappeared. From there, we could be done. That could be the only sighting, but other people have seen her. It's kind of interesting. Some people have seen a lady in the window. Sometimes we have the curtain tied up, sometimes we don't. It all depends on whether I was the last one in or if Cindy was in, because she likes the curtain down. I like the curtain up. We've had other people that have seen her, or at least a partial apparition of a lady on the stairs. We have had people smell perfume. The names Rose and Violet are both potential names for the lady. Violet Rose, Rose Violet, just Rose, we don't know. We're doing some research right now on a potential Rose Wolf. We do know Rose Wolf resided in this building. She was in both first and second house. She's on census records from 1905 all the way into the 1950s, did not die here. Trying to see if we can get a connection on her. We do know she was married. We do know she had children, all while being contained in a facility, which is very interesting. Room 200 is where Jay's first interaction happened. That room gets a lot of touch. That room, and you can film room or me, doesn't matter either way. That room is where Jay decided to spend his first night after being on property. He went ahead and laid down in the bed. The dog laid down on the floor next to him. They spent the night to sleep. Shortly after falling asleep, he actually had been awoken by something touching his foot. Something was grabbing his toes. It happened.
If I could talk during this when I'm picking up or not, if you want, you guys could show me a thumbs up without unmuting me.
What did she say?
If there's a doctor in this room, to give her a thumbs up. And I don't have any records of a doctor being in this room, but we don't know.
Picking up on another person, like a male and a female, following people around, and I'm hearing tapping. I feel like we're going to be hearing tapping, like behind us.
Thumbs up that one.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, so shortly after, a few weeks later, the nephew came to do an investigation of the place. He was not told anything about this room or anything about the stories of things.
Had a relationship with a father figure or something that lived here or worked here at one point too.
We wouldn't have any confirmation on that
There's a
either.
window that overlooks the property
The windows overlook lots of
because they
property.
wanted it in view or something like that. But I kept picking up wherever you guys were. There was like kept getting like smoke in my throat almost. Like I was like, I don't know if it's like gas or this is from a fire that happened or something. But then I was picking up that somebody like could not talk or like had an issue with their throat. There was something with their throat where they
People with disabilities?
What's that?
People with disabilities, maybe? Or
We
like-
did have a lot of people with disabilities, but I can't say that that would pertain to any of them. Funny enough, to validate the smoke, we have had people have picked up like cigarette smoke smells and smoke smells related to this space of the building. And the fire thing doesn't usually get picked up here, but we have conversations about fire up here on Second sometimes. So it's interesting that she's getting that already.
Interesting. Okay.
And I'm not going to validate any of that for her,
Right.
so I'm just going to be like, not going to tell her.
I don't know what she just said, but that spirit said that they were excited about whatever he was telling right there. They were like, we love this part.
We love this part.
I don't know what that is. or what they're talking about.
So they love that we're going to get to talk about all the stuff that they love to talk about down there. So obviously we're to the women's side. This room is generally EVP or voice stuff. She's lost something, can't find it, but we've never been able to validate what it is that's not being able to be found. I used to make jokes that it's the bed. They put a bed in. Doesn't that look cool? Yeah, I don't
I
know.
kept seeing somebody in there that was left there. It felt like they were left there. Like they felt very sad and they were left there, and I saw somebody just floating on the bed.
Whoops.
I'll knock the camera over.
You're welcome. You're going to go back later and be
is
like,
that
oh my
your,
God.
Is that your camera?
Yeah, it's my camera.
You're going to be later like, oh my God, did you see the hand go across the screen? You're welcome. So this is our first patient care space. This is one of two spaces that actually was,
Furniture's lending.
I didn't catch what she
I
said.
didn't either.
But this is a space where they actually took care of patients and did things. It did have a locking door. It has the metal wall door that's the dumbwaiters, rope pulley boxes that went up between floors to be able to bring things up and down without being in the hallways or with the patients. This room is one that you either get or you don't get. I love this room. She's a very sweet lady. She likes to be read to. But she normally doesn't interact with most people because most people are here for the big and scary.
Something about the land, something with the 1800s, but something being established in the 50s.
I didn't catch what she said. Something with the land in 1800s. Well, we've
Yeah.
been here that long. So these are all closets. We do sometimes get
Maybe
interact.
something like the window or window.
That's got to be your phone.
Probably.
Maybe.
I'm just curious to let her see that space. We won't say anything because I don't really have a whole lot of stories on this space. Yeah, that's your phone.
TV.
TV.
TV or TB?
TV, tuberculosis, TV.
We were not a tuberculosis location, so.
The coughing. Was there coughing in here?
Coughing in here.
Coughing in here. So, well,
Yeah.
you know, health.
Yeah.
Health in general. The blue room. This one's pretty fun. We've actually been getting a lot of shadow movement, even when you're in the room, just between bed and window space. When you're just sitting in here watching hallway, that we're getting a lot of movement over there in that corner. This obviously.
The stains from this room that were, I don't know, if they had converted after or something.
What did she say?
Oh.
Tell her to repeat that.
Can you repeat that, please?
I just had chest pains, like someone had a heart attack in that room or something. Like I'm getting like immediate chest pains.
Interesting.
Okay. Okay.
And somebody, like I almost, as you guys walked in, it almost looked like people were like saying their goodbye to somebody, like somebody passed away in that room.
It's very possible. Very possible. Is she muted again?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I'm talking to nobody. That's awesome. You got that on film too.
Oh, awesome.
Cat's talking to no one. So the lady we do get with this side of the room, we believe she is one of our mental patients, possibly bipolar, possibly schizophrenic. She gives you a lot of emotional feelings. This is a room that affects people emotionally. Sometimes it's headaches, nausea.
And I just heard something about crime. I feel like that's from the hallway.
About crime.
Bipolar. You were just talking about that. Emotional.
Crying. Okay, yeah. She does that. So crying and happy, sad, angry. I've watched people throw punches for no reason in here. It's just weird and interesting.
Very interesting. It feels like scary memories here, and then there was really bad memories. Deep on someone that
That sounds about right.
like committed
Slow span both of these, especially this one. See if she gets any read.
I'm picking up on somebody that possibly killed somebody. I don't know if it was intentional or something. Like there's a lot of different energies moving around. Almost feels like it's portal energy at some point. Like there's a portal somewhere.
Portal.
Interesting.
Oh, that's the groaning I picked up on, I think.
A what?
Please.
Can you repeat what you just said? We didn't catch that.
I picked up on one of the first things I wrote down. I picked up on someone drowning, like a child drowning, and I wasn't sure. I was like, I don't think there's a pool there. But because I felt like literally like I was underwater, like my face and everything, and I was like, oh, I just feel like someone drowned. And it feels like a young child.
So I don't know, we don't have any record that shows that, but I will validate from my own energetic experiences in this room that we actually picked up a staff member that felt guilt for putting people under the water, but the doctor told her that she had to do it. So somebody was underwater at some point and something happened to somebody, but it's not documented. But we've actually picked up energy of a nurse that her guilt is that she put people underwater in that tub because the doctor made her do it.
Okay.
All right, we're going to mute you again.
Sounds good.
So this space is another patient's room. That's not her bed, in case you wondered. That would have been donated as a trigger object about 10 years ago. It was in hopes of getting additional paranormal activity. The reality is nobody in this room liked it. They mostly replied with verbal responses of hate it, get it out, disrespect, all of that.
Sure, now everyone was given a funeral.
Definitely no funerals happened in here. It's a very misleading piece to have in the space. Now the interesting thing is we get both male and female voices up here, which doesn't always make sense because it's very far back in the women's wing, right? But I believe the basement below us right now is the basement of the first house. We'll talk about that when we get down there. But there's
like floral scents in here and hearing like music.
Music is amazing in here for investigation. So 100% support that one.
Okay.
They do react very well to music, and this is one of the rooms that we've actually had SLS footage of a person dancing around a ball on the floor on SLS camera while we were playing music.
Okay.
Enough so that we were like, do you want us to dance with you? And then it like absolutely like shouted something through spirit box and disappeared. But pretty fun.
Okay, I'm gonna real quick replace the batteries on my camera quick.
Yep.
Okay, we're back in recording.
Cannot confirm or deny because we're recording.
All right. Now we're gonna.
Good answer, right?
That was REM pod.
All right, we're gonna head to the basement now.
First floor women's and then to the basement.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Muting time again.
That's the REM pod going off.
That's right. I forgot we did the first floor one.
Yeah, we want to see what she thinks of that one.
Definitely. Sorry.
That's actually the most commonly slamming door of the building, with nobody there, which is funny and interesting all at the same time. Somebody did hand sanitizer? Strong hand sanitizer right at the doorway. This room is staff area, so this room would have been staff only. It never did serve as patient space, except for maybe in the footprint of the first house. Now, earlier on the spirit box, we got the name George when we were down over there. George I like to talk about over here because he died in the tuberculosis in this room.
A lot of different spirits.
A lot of different spirits. 60 years older than the rest of the house if it's the first floor of the first house. Now, Michael Malone died in the first house, falling down the stairs. Nonverbal, okay. Michael Malone fell down the stairs, fractured his skull in the first house. I don't know where the stairs were at, but he's a first house death. 1906, George Wilkins passed away. He committed suicide by razor blade to the throat. That's one that's recently found. So he's our most recently found suicide, our oldest suicide that we have on record.
Somebody down here likes to stir someone. Like, I don't know, I hear it, but I'm not like, I'm sorry.
That's something to do with that office room, actually. I don't know what's up with that office room. People get a lot of weird. Some people, that's their investigation, is something to do with that office. I've never had an
Somebody
interaction.
named Matt. Oh, yeah, your name, Matt. They just said Matt.
Hmm.
They just said that right there.
That's funny.
Interesting.
Office space, we get a lot of transient energy through there. Things pass through there kind of in a weird avoidance.
I don't know if I ever went in here when I was
I've
here.
never received any interactions when I'm in the space. We usually like to stick something that either makes noise or lights up within the doorways of the space just to show that there's movement. Music box.
I feel like those books get thrown in the road.
Nope.
No books got thrown.
Nope, not this space, nope. Not yet.
Well, maybe tonight will be the first.
This is the ladies' lounge. This would have been a lounge on the 1970s blueprint, but it also was patient space in the 90s and 2000s. So.
Okay, I have a music box in here. Don't be tripped out. And you're on camera too. It's recording in here. It's over there.
I'm being scared. Does that work?
Yeah.
Music box went on. I was being scared. So this room is the last patient's room on tour. It is the first room where we've had an assault. So this space has a lady that trauma. So the lady associated with the bed in the corner here was repeatedly sexually assaulted in the space. Yes.
No, she was saying something happened on that bed over there.
On that bed
Yeah.
or this bed?
Well, one of those over there, because those are the...
That one or that one? See if she gets it. With the documentation doesn't say whether it was staff or patient, so we don't have records that show that. But we probably would not have saved, hidden the patient's name if it was a patient that did it. We do get children interactions in here. I've actually had SLS footage of children jumping on this bed. We do also get a lot of older ladies in here that like the attention from men. So that's another way, sorry young man, but that's another way to get interactions in this room.
I heard the word shingles. I don't know if people hear like shingles.
They want music.
Like that at hotels, but I just heard shingles.
And there's a bell right there.
and
in the
the
hallway.
music box
Oh,
is
the music
going off,
box is going off, so that's, yeah. That's fun. But yeah, so we get a lot of different things in this space. The biggest thing for me is actually being aware of the hallway. We get a lot of movement and stuff in the hallway. We've had disembodied men
There's a
voices.
woman also in that chair in front of you guys.
Women or men, did you say?
She looks to talk to me all the time. So I don't know if you visit her a lot or if she just likes you.
Did you say women or men?
There's a woman in the space that just likes being, like, that we visit a lot. I do visit a lot, 5 or 6 days a week. And they do like being talked about, but they do also like the interactions of people being in the space. We've had disembodied voices out there so loud that it sounds like somebody broke in the building. So that's just something to be aware of. I also like music box on the hallway because we get a lot of movement on the hallway.
Goodbye, music box.
Something that's here. That closet gets weird energy.
Yeah, that closet does feel weird.
Nurses or med station where they would have dosed out patients' medications. The bottles are not original; they're just added because of. This is the. God, they're still doing that. Those mannequin heads, they're shameful. This is not that type of facility, you guys. This is the only other patient care space, so we had 2. The rest of it would have been rooms. Again, it was a county home, not a hospital, so they didn't really have doctors or staff that took care of the patients. It was mostly a steward. See, she doesn't even know where we're at, and we're back to the beginning, so it's kind of funny. We will head this direction down to the basement. Good luck with connection.
IR. Start down here. Oh, potties.
I didn't hear what she said.
She said, "Is this bodies?"
No morgues, no bodies. Those are just the typical mental assumptions that get picked up. So kitchen space is where we start talking about poltergeist activity. Manipulation of objects is really common down here. We get a lot of movement of things. I just had a tour within the last few months where a fork actually jumped off the counter during tour with no one even within feet of it. And it scared people so much that they up and left the tour. They were not here for an overnight. They were here for a day walkthrough. And apparently they don't like scary stuff happening. A lot of voices in here. We had a lot of captures of voices, a lot of shadow movement, a lot of other things in this space specifically. We get a lot of shadow movement down there, especially if you're in here watching that direction. This little pass-through seems to be a very popular one off of the hallway. This is a pathway that gets used a lot. And it's funny because we had almost no doctors in the entire lifetime of the building until post-1980s when they were a nursing home facility.
Interesting.
The doctors would have been in on contract when it was a county home. So they may have visited once a week or once a month, depending on how much the county wanted to spend. But this was a county home up until the 1980s. So the facility.
There's like some kind of like creeper in there, or like an entity that named the creeper or something. Like a sort of creeper. Like there's like something creepy.
Talking about Matt.
Me?
The creeper? Yeah, I'm just kidding.
No, stalker. You call me a stalker.
Stalker, that's what it was.
I feel like this is like a creepy, crawly looking entity. Different.
And coming down might make your connection go away.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay up here. I'm just gonna
So-
tell her that. So where we are right now, I'm just gonna stay up on these stairs above them, because if I go down further, connection might be cutting out.
Okay.
So this is the only place of the basement that is at a different level than the rest of the basement. Everything else is built to that level. This area we came downstairs. Now the things that I like to point out to justify this being the first basement of the first house is the limestone. If you look at the little foam window. I want to hear what she says too. Yeah.
Can you repeat that?
There was an accident down there or something, but it feels like a little covered. It feels covered up. Or they didn't want people to know.
We don't have anything on that. That's okay. There's a lot of that, of unknowns here. So, at the window level, we have large block in the lower levels of the limestone. At the upper level, we don't have large block. It tells me 2 timelines of limestone have been added here. Back here, we have the limestone header and what used to be a doorway, which would have been the old cellar stairs that went up and out the back of the first basement. This is the basement of the first house, and the one that got moved in 1910. None of this obviously would have been here for that.
One of those walls you say actually leave or something. It feels like weird. It feels like
The original build site, she said?
there's a different
The original build site, I think she said, or something like that.
Kind of cuts out up here.
We get a lot of movement down here. We get a lot of shadows. People have captured photos of shadows. I've even had tours where I'm standing here talking and we've had a shadow behind me that people have had pictures of. Unfortunately, they don't send them to me and I don't get those.
Let's come down here with my Polaroid.
Totally worth it. We get a lot of movement. We get a lot of noise. We get a lot of men, women, and children. We've gotten pictures of shadows and things in other corners as well. It's a very active space. This is one of those spaces where one of the things that she said upstairs may or may not have also had interactions of those sorts. And that weirdly enough is directly above this space that she brought that up on the second floor.
working down there, and I feel like that was the end. And then but keep me up that guy that died down there like working.
We don't have anything on that, but
But again,
a lot of bad documentation.
right, yeah, back then, records not accurate, you never know.
So this is where we talk about the Joker, or the creeper.
I left a couple things in bait. I told him to move. I left my thing up, my Polaroid first thing. I go, if you feel so inclined, move that tonight, put it somewhere else. Or I left a blank one that I took a picture and left it blank.
Oh, weird.
So
This room is very interesting. The Joker is sometimes seen as a large white apparition, sometimes is seen as a large black apparition. Makes you kind of wonder if there's more than one, but Joker is the name that sticks with it. He's a large guy, not this large, but as tall as those pipes up there. We've got photo
which
evidence
could
of that.
make sense. That picture I took, like the torso I got was like
Right.
was whatever.
But yeah, big guy. I've got SLS footage. I've seen photo evidence of it. Yeah, I mean, he's as big as the white pipes. Why the Joker? Because most of the behaviors down here are mischievous. Pushing, scratching, hair pulling is the really common one lately.
I get screams and disembodied voices from down there.
All of that is accurate. We get all kinds of stuff. I've actually had an investigation where we were all sitting here in the chairs. We were getting movement and interactions off the hallway, that we started having noises there. We're kind of paying attention to both. I actually got up and stood behind my group, kind of doing an energy shield of my space, because I had some newer people in the group, and then something hit the washer so loud that everybody was up and running. It was just loud slam. We were like, oops, not
Have
good.
you ever gotten anything like where you've heard people like, so that window right outside there?
Yeah.
Like, have anybody ever seen anything on the outside of the window?
Absolutely. In fact, this window here is the most common one for sightings outside.
People, like, were out down here for long periods of time. I keep hearing, like, people were out down here for long periods of time. Like, I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's, like, the whole, like, I keep saying that there were bodies here or what.
So there are rumors that we cannot confirm or deny that maybe they stored bodies in the boiler room pre-1910. We can't confirm either way, but the story is they may have put bodies in there till the ground thawed in spring to bury them.
Makes sense.
Obviously not post-1910, that's a furnace.
Yeah.
So that isn't possible, but we don't know prior to that. There's not any way to prove it one way or
But
another.
yeah, so anyways, back to the window. When we were here in March, it was like, midnight. Griff swears he saw something dart across that window on the outside. Well, obviously on the outside, no person can get back there because it's so thick.
Okay, so the reality is, how do you know it was on the outside?
Okay,
So-
true.
We also have down here crawlers. Cindy doesn't probably talk about them on her tour, but they're very, very prevalent down here.
This is, like, a very heavy energy.
But we get things that are crawling up around on the ceiling. They're up on the ceiling. So we actually like to sit down there and watch this window because when it's moonlight, you get better light on this window, and you can watch things block the light of this window out completely. They're up on the ceiling moving through.
Okay.
And they
Yeah,
block up
Susan?
Susie upstairs. These rooms all service kitchen and laundry spaces. We get movement interactions off of all of them.
Lots of different names that are here.
What is that?
A bell.
What?
We'll leave it. A bell. I have no idea why. If you hear a bell ring, it's that. Walk-in freezer. Weird energy in the freezer. I don't know why. It just maybe it's a metal box, but it's very odd. This is one of the most interactive pathways of things crossing hallway between here and there.
It feels like there's a portal down there. There's a lot of different entities that, like, so there's definitely.
This is where I always joke, Pepto-Bismol pink tells you you're in the dining room because the food was that good. Yeah. Sad ceiling fan. They do. We get a lot of electronic issues in here. All of the things that we talked about down there, Joker, he gets credit for all of this space.
Like, I don't know who you just mentioned. You guys mentioned somebody, and they're like, "Yep, that's me."
Nice.
Okay. So we get a lot of all of those same interactions down here. We've gotten growling, laughing, hair pulling, objects thrown. All of that happens down on this end too. That's just getting darker.
But no, earlier when I was down here by myself,
It wasn't dark.
it was. You can ask Sandy. It was. Ask him. He came down to. It wasn't dark.
Uh-huh.
I could see down there. Now it's dark.
Now it's dark again. I can't see.
Yeah, isn't that wild? Let her have that for a minute.
I see even a scratch in here
Yes.
in this corner because I feel like people would get physically attacked, like hair pulled, scratch, like.
That's the entire basement. Hair pulling and scratching is the entire basement.
That's good.
Still connecting?
Yeah.
And I heard about that, like there's, like that happened wherever you guys are, that like people died in there.
Not likely, because it's all service space.
I don't know how, but there was like people died in there.
So, storm shelter is the newest part of the building. Obviously, we're not going to get connection in there as I'm flashlighting
And
your
I feel
phone in the
like
face.
suffocated almost, like a suffocating feeling.
That space gets a lot of energies and a lot of things. We do get a large man in that room also. Don't know if it's the same or different person than the other space. We get the crawlers in there too. I have amazing SLS footage. Not a tunnel, it's a storm shelter.
Like you could kind of call it a tunnel. It goes outside. So.
Yeah, it is. Okay, tunnel.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and she too.
Storage room, this is all leftovers. Somebody just unpacked our Easter bag in the last couple of weeks, so welcome Moldy Bunny that we didn't know we've had this whole time. It's just leftovers. It's all things that were here in the space. We get a lot of movement through here. We've got a lot of shadows.
You want to sleep up there tonight?
Yeah, no, I'm good. Good.
So,
I don't know why I'm here. I don't know what that has to do with the room you guys are just in, or just one pass or something.
so the room that you guys are in now is the maintenance room. It would have been a space that did, maintenance and storage. That's me. Look, yay! A lot of movement. We get a lot of voice stuff out of there. That's like get out, leave, GTFO.
There's something that will try to taunt people down there too. They'll be like, "Oh, help me! Yeah, come help me."
I can confirm that like hardcore with our investigations. Absolutely. So this is the padded cell. This would have been the place where they would have put the unruly patients. Cage is still up on the
There's
ceiling.
something about that room, like women, whatever is in there, like to pick on women.
It's not. I don't think it's gender specific. A little bit of everything. It's an odd space. We have had. This is where Zach Bagans had his meltdown and tried to bust our window out because the anxiety of the room was too much. The space that you're actually standing right now, Mr. Cameraman, is what I call the crossroads. The crossroads is an intersection of 4 places that are very active. We have the maintenance room, the padded cell, the hallway, and the storage room.
Chamber. I don't know what the chamber is.
Chamber.
Yeah. But no matter which direction you face standing right there, you're prone to at least one of the very active spaces, and they like that.
And as I said, this is where I caught probably what I think is the Joker
I feel
on
like
camera.
you'll get chills, like not like normal chills. It feels like somebody walks right through you. Like there's a really like intense.
Absolutely.
Like yeah.
That scared you?
A little bit.
This is the side stairs. Side stairs is the metal door. This is the closet you don't run into when you're going up the stairs. That would hurt.
Aiden, that'd be you.
Yeah.
Office space, the ladle on the door sometimes swings on its own. It's listed as a bath on the old 1970s blueprint. You can see kind of like maybe it was a shower in the corner and a drain off the side.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if people leave candy there or something. I just heard somebody asking for candy. Like I don't know if somebody leave candy out for spirits or something.
That usually happens upstairs, not down here. You're like, I have candy in my pocket? You're weird.
He's got candy out in the car.
I do. Don't I?
I highly ask not to leave candy in the basement. We get mice.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do
So,
that. No.
and then this is our dishes, which is our last space, which weirdly we get a lot of transient movement on that doorway. When you're down here, that things know the spaces that you're not in to be able to see and do and move and exist.
Someone just moved right there.
That was a very scattered tour. I apologize.
No, that's good.
Very scattered brain, jumping back and forth between.
Someone just moved and went back. Okay.
And then we're back to our stairs.
Something's back there.
Something's back there?
Yeah, I heard something move.
Absolutely.
Like while we're going up the stairs, I'm hearing stuff move behind me.
He's following you. It's alright, man. Alright, we are done doing the walkthrough.
Alright. I can send you a picture of what I wrote down.
Alright.
There was a decent amount of names that were trying to come through that I'm not really sure if were ever recorded or may be relevant.
Alright.
Do you guys have any questions or anything for me?
I don't. Do you have anything you can think of?
I think I can think of right now.
Alright, no, not that we can think of.
Alright. I can send you the pictures of this then. And then let me know if you have questions. If I remember anything from when usually when I pick up, I kind of just zonk out after and I don't remember what I said.
Alright.
But yeah, definitely be careful. Wherever you guys just were, there was something very negative, or a few things rather negative there that seemed like territorial over the
Okay.
space out.
Alright.
True.
And then I don't know who the younger male is with you, but so I don't know if he
Yes.
scares easily or like what that is, or
Yes.
but just be careful of that because they seem to want to pick at him.
No, it's his first time here, so we're actually in a way kind of hoping that'll help ramp up the energy a little
Oh, it
bit.
already
God.
has. It already
So-
has.
You guys are.
But yeah.
Use him for bait, cause bait.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, this is my second time here, and it's already been way more active than the first time.
That happens.
So,
And out of curiosity, was there like a murder there or somebody that killed somebody that was held there or something?
We have no records of murders on site. We do have 234 confirmed deaths on property currently. That is very low and very inaccurate, but that's how many records we've been able to find.
Right.
We have some questionable deaths. We have a gentleman that drank cyanide and died, which is weird because that came through for a medium yesterday. That it's like, I'm getting poison. I'm like, that's interesting because we did have a guy drink poison.
the heck was that?
I
We
don't
picked up on somebody that had like committed suicide because they were fed up with their life or they didn't like what they had done there. It was interesting because it felt like a male doctor of a sort.
So, as far as doctors, the majority of the lifetime of this building did not have doctors on site.
Then the overnight happened, but there will be a part 2 to that coming next week. So watch that and wait for all that, and I will talk to you guys later. See ya.